The first matte cushion is from Muzigae Mansion, which is probably the most unique cushion foundation I ever seen. This is the sleek matte cushion, and you can't deny how unique this packaging is. So if you didn't know, Muzigae Mansion is renowned for their iconic packaging, especially their lip tints and their highlighters. So when I heard they were dropping this new cushion, I was instantly intrigued because look how pretty this is. However, it's worth noting, out of all the cushion foundation brands that I'll be talking about, Muzigae Mansion is the least experienced in making cushion foundations, and this is probably one of their first ever cushion foundations, so it's either going to be a flop or it's going to work out really well, so let's test it out. As for packaging, while this cushion foundation might not be the most travel-friendly option due to its bulkier design, so if you're carrying around a small purse, this might take up a lot of space. This is designed more for aesthetic purposes rather than being practical. It features a mesh style cushion which is quite distinctive. However, the cushion's opening is on the smaller end compared to most cushion foundations. I also noticed the puff is on the smaller end as well. I'll do a comparison. Hera's cushion puff, the Muzigae Mansion cushion puff. I've never seen a cushion puff this small before, so it might take a longer time just to apply the cushion all over your face. As for coverage and finish, this is marketed as medium to high coverage with a matte finish, hence the name Sleek Matte Cushion. True to its claim, it effectively conceals most skin imperfections, and as for me, my skin concerns are redness, a mild rosacea, and large pores. I do have combination to oily skin depending on the season. Another skin concern I was having during the time I was filming this video was I was breaking out a lot due to stress, so I'm trying to conceal the cystic pimple on my chin and tiny little bumps all over. Those dealing with cystic acne or large pimples, this cushion foundation might actually highlight these areas more than desired. I don't consider myself to have a lot of texture, yet this product seemed to draw attention to any texture that I have. So if you have acne scars, ice pick scars, any bumps, this will make it very noticeable. So that might be an issue to consider. Under artificial lighting, this finish looks almost glowy, but under natural light, it definitely is a true matte. Now for the wear test and longevity. One major downside is the tendency to transfer easily. Even a light touch from my phone or fingers leaves a very noticeable mark, which is quite frustrating just because in the middle of the day you could accidentally touch your face or whatever. This makes it far from ideal for everyday use. If you have oily skin, this is not a great option because it becomes greasy and breaks down within an hour, especially if you skip setting powder. So I tested this out with and without setting powder, and it looks terrible without setting powder, but once I did set it with setting powder, it makes a significant improvement in longevity and the overall appearance. So in conclusion, Muzigae Mansion does stand out with its packaging, falls short in terms of performance for those who have oily skin. Might work out for those who have normal skin, but oily skin, combination skin, dry skin, probably not a great option because dry skin will probably accentuate any dry spots you have. Oily skin and combination skin, it'll break down very easily and look like a complete mess. Overall, I wouldn't consider this cushion foundation a top choice, but if you're into like collecting cushion foundations like me, then it's a great collector's item. The second cushion is the Rom&nd New Zero Cushion Sanrio Edition. At first, I wasn't planning on making a review on this cushion foundation just because I hated it so much, but a lot of my subscribers requested to make a video of this. I thought, why not, since I already have it and it would be a missed opportunity not to review it. This cushion is essentially the same as the original New Zero Cushion Foundation. This is their Sanrio edition, which last summer they collaborated with Sanrio and came out with a whole Sanrio collection with eyeshadow, lip tints, cushion foundation, and a sun cushion. As for packaging, there's two versions available, which is the Kuromi version and my Melody version. Despite sharing the same shade number, the name is different. Kuromi version is on the darker side versus the My Melody one. This is a lot brighter, so I thought that was pretty inconsistent considering they're both shade 21. Original New Zero has maybe, I think, about 5 shades available. Sanrio version is only available on Yesstyle and they only have 1 shade available right now. However, it's hard to deny the appeal of the adorable puff. This one's a bit dirty though. As charming as the packaging might be, cuteness alone doesn't make this a great product. Now let's talk about the coverage and finish. This cushion offers impressive coverage, leaning more towards full high coverage. However, one noticeable drawback is its brightness. Despite selecting my usual shade 21, the pink version looks 2 shades lighter than my original skin tone. For artificial lighting, it does have a dewy appearance, but in natural lighting, it's a true matte finish. My initial experience with this cushion last year wasn't the best experience. Within 30 minutes, I hated it. I tried it several more times just to give it a chance, and my first impression was correct. I didn't like it, and it still tends to apply the same as before. Wear-test and longevity. In terms of wear-test, this cushion disappoints. It leaves a noticeable mark and struggles to adhere well to the skin, just like Muzigae Mansion's cushion foundation. My T-zone tends to be very oily. Within 2 hours of wear, my complexion began to deteriorate rapidly. Not only did it become excessively shiny, but it became very cakey and noticeable. I don't know if you can see above my eyebrows, like the wind made my hair stick against it, but there's a noticeable line. I'm not the type of person to make hasty judgments on one single use. I try cushion foundations multiple times until I make a final opinion of it. My opinion on this cushion when I first tried it last year remains unchanged. Wearing this cushion for more than a couple hours was just too unbearable, and I had to remove it within 3 hours because I didn't like how cakey it started to look. In conclusion, this cushion does have amazing coverage, but only within the first hour. With its limited shade ranges that are excessively bright and also cakes up, it's less than ideal for those with oily skin. There's far more superior options available, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like Rom&nd is better off just sticking to their specialty, which is lip products. The next cushion is an iconic cushion loved by many, and I can see why. This is the Laneige Neo Matte cushion. So in terms of packaging, the Laneige cushion comes in a square compact with rounded edges, and a notable feature is the plastic dot inside the compact. It's designed to secure the puff in place so it doesn't fall out, so that was pretty interesting to see. The puff itself sets this cushion apart, featuring micro holes that effectively pick up and distribute product with ease. As for coverage and finish, I would say this coverage is on the full and high coverage side. I love how it instantly covers my pores effortlessly. This finish is very lightweight and has a bit of moisture to it. Since it has so much moisture to it, is it really going to be a true matte finish, or is it going to be a dewy finish? Of course, in artificial light, it looks very dewy. But in natural light, it looks more semi-matte than a true matte. This cushion gives you a very nice and polished look. Wear test and longevity. I've noticed this product does leave a slight mark if you do touch your face or press your phone against it, but it's not as problematic as the Rom&nd cushion or the Muzigae Mansion. So on the day I decided to test this cushion, I was on my way to an orientation and I didn't realize I would have to be wearing a mask all day. It transfers very easily with a mask, and it does not look good. But of course, I feel like nowadays not many people wear masks. But this is how it looks with a mask and without a mask, going a day without a mask. So I filmed this 2 times. So without the mask, this cushion foundation remains intact and lasts a very long time without looking cakey. However, it did start to appear slightly greasy over time with and without setting powder. So in conclusion, I would say this is very lightweight, has some moisture to it. Even after 5 hours, the cushion foundation stayed intact. I didn't notice this cushion foundation cling onto dry spots just because it does have some moisture to it. I just wish it adhered a little better on the skin. Other than that, this is such a great option. I would probably give it 8.5 out of 10. Now let's move on to the next cushion from Hera. This is Hera's black cushion. Hera is a luxury K-beauty brand, most iconic because Jennie from Blackpink is their ambassador. A few of my content creator friends kept recommending me this product. I've always seen it but just never took the plunge just because of how pricey it is. It's about $60, and every time there's a hyped up cushion, it usually doesn't work out for me, but this one actually was my favorite matte cushion. So packaging, it comes in a sleek and simple black packaging that has a magnetic closure. It's minimalistic yet feels very luxurious. Coverage wise, this has medium to high coverage. I love how smoothly it covers my pores. All my redness and pores are vanished, but I would consider using a concealer if you have scars or cystic acne. video, like I mentioned before, I was breaking out pretty badly. That's why there's a huge pimple patch on my chin. Moving on to the finish. This finish is truly remarkable. It lives up to the 2 years spent on developing this product. I've tried countless cushion foundations and I don't think there's any cushion foundation that feels as amazing as this one. First of all, it adheres instantly to the skin. Oftentimes cushion foundations, when you pat it on your face and move on to the next section of your face, it kind of leaves smear mark, like there's a smear, and then you have to keep reapplying it, but this has none of that. Once you apply it on one section and move on to the next, it just looks so flawless. In natural light, this gives off a very semi-matte finish versus a true matte, but I don't mind a semi-matte because it just looks more natural. I think the only negative thing about this is how it really emphasizes fine lines. This might be a me problem. I do have a bit of lines from movement on my chin. A lot of cushion foundations don't really emphasize this as much, but Hera one really made it very noticeable. It's an easy fix with setting powder, and this cushion foundation, I don't have to really set with setting powder. The only area would be my chin. It does keep my oil at bay, and it didn't smear off even after 6 hours. As you can see, my makeup is still intact without being cakey. I think I'll keep repurchasing the refill. In conclusion, this checks off all the boxes of a great cushion foundation. It adheres well to the skin, it's not cakey, it lasts for more than 6 hours, it has a beautiful silky finish, covers most imperfections. Despite the steep price, this is so worth it. The next cushion is from Yesstyle. This is the Bee Velvet cushion. This is another brand from Amore Pacific, and I've noticed all the Amore Pacific brands like Laneige, Hera, and Yesstyle, they're top notch. So I'm not going to go into too much details of this cushion foundation since I already made a video of it, but this cushion was one of my favorite matte cushions last year, and I've already went through 3 of their different packaging. They're original. This is their other packaging. They always come out with new packaging. This is their newest one, which is a cherry blossom theme. Such pretty colors. The puff is very soft. So coverage and finish. This has a very high coverage and is on the heavier side. You will definitely look like you have makeup on. It's better for a night out instead of an everyday cushion. This is a true matte cushion. This is not glowy, this is not semi-matte, it's a true definition of a matte cushion. It has a very velvety and powdery feel to it once it adheres to your skin. But it's not the most natural finish, but it does look amazing in my opinion. I have to warn you though, if you have dry skin or combination skin with a lot of patches on your skin, this will emphasize it like no tomorrow. This is better off for someone who has extremely oily skin. But in conclusion, if you have extremely oily skin, the Bee Velvet cushion is the better choice versus someone who has dry skin. Combination skin can get away with it if you really skin prep well. This is better for the summertime. I hope this video was helpful for matte cushion foundation. Hope I didn't sound too negative. I don't like to sugarcoat anything, even if I like the product. There's always a pro and con to each cushion foundation. My next video will be dewy cushion foundations for those who have dry to combination skin.